Howdy Chemsters, this is Bowles making a little video on online homework stuff to kind of help you guys with the problems you're going to be doing. Remember when you do these, a couple things that are good to look at is, for instance, here, this is my online homework, so it has my name on it. You all have different ones, so your answers are not all the same. Also notice if the coefficients are given, then it's likely that the equation is already balanced. If they're not given, it might say unbalanced, like this one. You might want to make sure you balance it first, because you can't do stoichiometry without a balanced equation. Looking over here at number 7, it says how much H2O is produced when 40,000 grams of C2H2 burns. And notice the answer is in grams, so make sure you check where it says the answer is in units of grams. That'll help you know what you're looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and do one of these problems for you guys. Yours are similar, not exactly like mine. So here, notice, sometimes you have to look at the equation to find out what all the different components are. This one says acetylene gas C2H2. So obviously this is the one they're talking about. Is used in welding, and here's how it goes. So we're looking for how much carbon dioxide, that would be here, is produced when 40,000 grams burn. So the given is 40,000 grams. So I pulled up paint so we could write it down here. Let me move this over a little bit. Whoop, I can't move it over. There we go. 40,000 is my given, so I'm going to go ahead and write that down here first. 40,000 grams. So the first thing I'm going to want to do is change my grams to moles. So I'm going to divide by the molar mass. And if I remember correctly, this was acetylene C2H2. And I'm hoping that's what it was. And so when I do that, I'm going to need to find the molar mass of it, which is carbons are 12. So that's 2 12s, that's 24. And hydrogens are 1. So that's 1 plus 1, so 24, 25, 26. 26 is the molar mass. Remember, you check the periodic table and you add up all the components. Then what? So this right here is going to allow me to cancel what? It's going to cancel my grams of acetylene, and now I have moles of acetylene. So let me go back to the equation real quick and take a look. The next step is going to be my mole ratio. So with my mole ratio, I'm going to need to know what I'm looking for and what I want to find. So that's going to be my next thing. So let me switch over to the problem again. I'm going to move over here so you guys can see it. Alright, so here it is. So it says I got my acetylene, C2H2. This one wants to know how much CO2 in grams. So I need to get to this stuff. So the want is CO2, so I'm going to write 4, the coefficient. So 4 CO2s over 2 acetylenes is going to be my ratio, 4 over 2. And then I need to convert the rest into grams of CO2. So we just said it was 4 over 2. 4 moles of CO2, because that was the coefficient of CO2, for every 2 moles of acetylene. That one is C2H2. So if you're doing this, you're going to cancel your moles of acetylene, and now you are at moles of CO2. And yes, if you want to, you can go ahead and reduce your 4 over 2 to 2 over 1 when you do your math. That'll work out fine. And now we just have one more step to go, because look, we have moles of CO2, so we need to put our 1 mole on the bottom. Remember, every time you do the molar mass step, here and here, you're going to always use 1 mole. Yep, but the only time you use the ratio is going to be this step right here. And that's the one where you're going to have moles that are different than 1 sometimes. So this last step is going to have 1 mole of CO2, and we need the molar mass of CO2 in grams. So the top is going to be grams of CO2. So check out your periodic table. Carbon is 12. Oxygen is 16, and notice there are 2 of them. See that 2? So 16 plus 16, or 32, and 42, 44. 44 is the molar mass. All right, so what does the math look like? It looks like 40,000 divided by 26 times 2 divided by 1 times 44. And that's going to get you your answer. Now remember, your given might be different than mine, so when you're doing it, your setup's going to look very similar, but your given's going to be different. And don't forget, when you're entering the answer into the box for the online homework, put in multiple digits, and if there's an exponent, make sure you go E and then the number, if it's 12 or something like that, or E negative with the hyphen if it's a negative. All right, hopefully that helps you guys, and good luck on your online homework. Help each other.